There's a silent movement happening right now. And almost no one is paying attention. A movement that involves billions of dollars, behind-the-scenes negotiations, political deals. And that could make 7 cryptocurrencies multiply by 20 times still this month. And yes, all of this has a name, or better, a responsible figure. Donald Trump. You heard that right. After years of being seen as somewhat skeptical about cryptocurrencies, Trump has simply flipped the switch. And what's happening now could completely change the crypto market and, more importantly, generate the biggest financial opportunity this generation has ever seen. So, if you're just starting to invest, if you dream of building financial freedom, stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal which 7 cryptocurrencies are about to explode, and, most importantly, why this is happening right now. And look, this video won't be up for long. So do this right now. Smash the like button, because that helps this content reach more people, and subscribe to the channel, because here I teach you, in practice, how to turn money into freedom. Now check this out. Recently, Trump publicly stated, and he wasn't joking, that the United States needs to be the global leader in digital assets. This isn't just campaign talk. It's a geopolitical strategy. What many people don't realize is that behind these words are meetings with industry giants, flexible regulation proposals, tax incentives, and massive pressure to bring the largest share of the global crypto market into the United States. And why is this so important? Because, unlike other assets, cryptos move based on 3 pillars: adoption, scarcity, and narrative. And right now, these 3 pillars are aligning in a way that only happens once every decade. In fact, write this down, money doesn't disappear, it just changes hands. And those who don't understand this now will spend the next few years wondering how they missed this chance. But hold on, it's not just any crypto that's going to ride this wave, okay? There are tons of worthless coins out there that serve absolutely no purpose and will only make you lose money. What I'm going to reveal here are projects directly tied to the institutionalization of the market, to the technologies that governments and major companies are adopting, and to the sectors targeted by the trillions about to enter this market. So pay close attention, and drop a comment below, "I want the full list." That way I know you're serious, and I'll bring more content like this to help you build real wealth. The first coin on this list is Ethereum, ETH. And if you thought Ethereum had already hit its peak, let me tell you something, the real Ethereum explosion hasn't even started. With Trump's plans to turn the US into the epicenter of digital assets, smart contracts become essential for every regulated digital transaction. And guess who dominates that market? Yes, Ethereum. Now imagine mass adoption, with banks, companies, and even the government operating through smart contracts. What do you think will happen to ETH's price? What few people realize is that there's a real war happening behind the scenes. And it's not just about elections, economics, or public policy. It's a battle over who controls the money, and, consequently, who controls the world. The proposal for a digital dollar, the infamous CBDC, set off massive alarm bells among investors, entrepreneurs, and of course, figures like Donald Trump. For those who don't know, the digital dollar would be a currency directly controlled by the US government, capable of tracking, freezing, or even restricting any citizen's financial transactions in real time. And guess what? Trump came out totally against it. And this stance is not just political talk. It's a declaration of war against the traditional banking system and, more importantly, a clear endorsement that decentralized cryptocurrencies are the path for those seeking financial freedom. Every time the government tries to push the digital dollar forward, assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and dozens of decentralized projects gain more strength. And those who understand this game now get ahead in the biggest economic transformation of our generation. While the spotlight is on the elections, something much bigger is happening off-camera. Giants like BlackRock, Fidelity, Morgan Stanley, and even Google and Amazon are quietly adjusting their operations to position themselves in the crypto market. This isn't theory, we're talking about documents, public records, and visible moves. Companies that, just 2 years ago, thought crypto was for crazy people, are now creating entire departments dedicated to blockchain, asset tokenization, and AI applied to finance. And why? Simple. Because they know that if Trump returns to power, pro-crypto regulation will accelerate like never before in US history. And that means billions, or better, trillions, of dollars migrating from the traditional market to the digital universe. And guess who profits from that? Those who position themselves now. With every Bitcoin ETF approved, with every fund that opens institutional investment into crypto, a new wave of capital enters, and the domino effect kicks in. There's an extremely powerful intersection happening right now, and it's being ignored by those who still think investing is just about buying and waiting. The marriage between artificial intelligence and blockchain is creating the next generation of billion-dollar companies. Imagine blockchains capable of running AI models in a decentralized, secure, and scalable way. Projects like Fetch.ai, Ocean Protocol, and SingularityNet aren't just solving technical problems. They're building the infrastructure for the new digital economy. And what does this have to do with Trump? Because his vision of protecting America's economic freedom aligns perfectly with promoting technologies that can't be censored or controlled by central governments. Decentralized AI plus blockchain equals the birth of an entire wealth ecosystem that will completely transform the market in the coming months and years. Write down the second one. Solana, SOL. Solana has been positioning itself as the blockchain of choice for big players thanks to its insane scalability and speed. While everyone was debating whether Solana would survive the latest crash cycles, the giants were already moving in. And now, with this political shift in favor of crypto, the DeFi solutions and tokenization projects running on Solana are about to skyrocket. If you think you've missed the train, you're dead wrong. The train hasn't even left the station yet. In fact, if this is all starting to make sense to you, do this. Pause for a second. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications, because the coming months will be wild and you can't afford to miss the updates I'll be bringing right here. If you think crypto is just about digital currencies, you're completely mistaken. The next wave is the tokenization of real-world assets. Real estate, artwork, commodities, stocks, contracts, all of that is being turned into digital tokens that can be traded 24/7 with no borders and no middlemen. And here comes a fact that almost no one notices. Trump has already voiced support for building infrastructure that allows mass tokenization in the US. That means instead of needing millions to invest in a commercial building in New York, you'll be able to buy fractions of that asset directly from your phone using blockchain. The impact of this on the global economy is massive, and whoever positions themselves on the blockchains offering this infrastructure will be directly involved in the greatest democratization of wealth in modern history. Did you know that one of the biggest criticisms of Bitcoin has always been its energy consumption? And here's a piece of information that's flying under the radar for most people. Trump's energy policy, aimed at strengthening the US oil, gas, and energy industries, directly benefits Bitcoin miners operating on American soil. While other countries are trying to restrict or even ban mining, the US is becoming the world's biggest hub for this sector. And more than that, with tax incentives, reduced barriers, and access to cheaper energy, American miners are rapidly expanding their operations. And what happens when more miners join the network? Bitcoin security increases, and along with it, institutional confidence, which attracts more money, and yes, more value. What Switzerland is to banking, the United States is about to become for the crypto market. States like Wyoming, Texas, Florida, and even Nevada are quickly turning into true havens for blockchain companies, DeFi, NFTs, and decentralized AI. And guess what? This isn't happening by chance. These are local policies driven by leaders aligned with Trump's economic vision, offering tax breaks, less bureaucracy, and legal certainty for crypto companies. What does this mean in practice? Thousands of startups, projects, and investors are leaving Europe, Asia, and even Brazil to open operations in the US. And this is going to send the valuations of these projects soaring like rockets. There's one specific sector in crypto that's about to undergo a massive transformation, and almost no one is talking about it. Stable coins. Companies like Circle, USDC, Tether, USDT, and new US-based players are being directly affected by Trump's statements. Why? Because he made it clear that if he returns to the presidency, he will support private stablecoins regulated within the US as a way to combat the rise of China's digital yuan and other centralized digital currencies. That means demand for US stablecoins is about to explode, and along with it, all blockchains and protocols offering liquidity, payment solutions, and infrastructure for this ecosystem. Few people know this, but Trump isn't just a former president. He's, above all, one of the biggest real estate investors in the US. And do you know what's happening now? A merger between the physical real estate market and the NFT world. Companies are creating models where you can invest in real properties, using NFTs as proof of ownership, with instant liquidity. And Trump, who has always been passionate about real estate, is encouraging legislation to make this transformation easier. That means NFT projects backed by real-world assets, like land, houses, and buildings, are going to multiply. And of course, those who are in early could ride a wave that's still invisible to most people. There's one crucial piece almost no one includes on the board: the economic war between the United States and China. And guess what? Cryptocurrencies are at the center of this game. While China bets on total control over its population through the digital yuan, Trump is betting on decentralization as a geopolitical weapon. This isn't just about technology, it's about sovereignty. Trump understands that by turning the US into the center of the global crypto market, he's not only generating internal wealth, he's also building an economic shield against the growing influence of China. And that will inevitably lead to billions of dollars in global capital being redirected into American-led projects, boosting the value of major cryptocurrencies. There's a hard truth almost no one has the courage to say. This might be the last bull cycle where any ordinary person can get rich by investing in crypto.
Why?
Because with institutional giants, billion-dollar funds, and governments entering the game, the market will change. Today, there's still asymmetry. There are still hidden opportunities. You can still buy undervalued projects that could multiply 20, 30, even 50 times. But from now on, with regulations coming, with institutional ETFs dominating, and with banks running crypto operations, that window is closing. And those who don't take a position now will simply become spectators of the new financial elite that's being born right in front of us. The question is simple: will you be part of that story, or spend the rest of your life saying you heard about it but didn't get in? Third on the list, Chainlink, Link. And this one is simply the infrastructure that connects the real world to smart contracts. You know, when you see a stablecoin, a digital insurance contract, a decentralized betting platform? All of that depends on external data. And who provides that data securely, quickly, and reliably? Exactly. Chainlink. And guess what? Most of the projects currently under review by banks, companies, and even US government agencies are built on Chainlink. This isn't hype. This is infrastructure. Fourth on the list is a developer favorite, Polygon, Matic. With a scalability solution for Ethereum, Polygon is already forming partnerships with companies like Disney, Meta, and even government-related projects. Now, with the pro-crypto narrative gaining momentum in the US, every project that needs scalable, low-cost, and fast solutions will inevitably turn to Polygon. And that's exactly why analysts are already talking about potential gains of 15, 20, or even 25 times in the coming months. And look, if you're just getting started, pay attention. This isn't about buying anything and everything. It's about understanding where smart money is going. Fifth crypto on our list, Render, RNDR. And here I need you to pay close attention, because Render is a direct bet on the future of artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and decentralized graphics computing. With the explosive growth of AI, the metaverse, and virtual environments, Render is positioning itself as the planet's leading solution for decentralized computing. Now think with me, if even Trump is talking about bringing big tech and the digital market back to American soil, what do you think will happen to platforms providing the infrastructure for that? And sixth is a giant that many people underestimate, Arweave, AR. Imagine a blockchain that offers permanent data storage. That means governments, companies, and any organization can store information, records, and documents in a 100% immutable and secure way. With the new wave of regulations on the horizon, demand for secure data storage is about to explode. And who's leading that sector? Arweave. And finally, the seventh cryptocurrency on our list is the one that, in my view, has the greatest potential for appreciation in the coming months, Hedera, HBAR. And we're not just talking about a blockchain here, but a governance council that includes companies like Google, IBM, Boeing, and even prestigious universities. Hedera offers an extremely efficient, fast, and ultra-low-cost network, already being used in asset tokenization projects, payment systems, and, most importantly, government solutions. And guess what? The expansion of this kind of technology is directly aligned with the latest speeches by Trump and his economic team. Now let me tell you something you may have never heard before. Money isn't about who works the hardest. It's about who understands where the money is moving. And today, You are standing right in front of a window of opportunity that might not open again for another 10 years. The question is, are you just going to watch, or are you going to act? If you want me to drop a video detailing exactly how to build a balanced portfolio using these cryptos, comment below, I want the full strategy, and make sure to subscribe to the channel, because in the coming days, I'll release a practical guide to help you start the right way, without making the same mistakes 90% of beginner investors do. If this video made sense to you, drop a like, because that tells YouTube this content is relevant and motivates me to bring more videos like this to help you out. And don't forget to subscribe, because, trust me, what's about to happen in the crypto market in June could be the biggest wealth transfer of your life. And the only difference between those who will get rich and those who will keep complaining about life is just one thing: information and action. Let's build your financial freedom. See you in the next video.